All right. What is up, my good people? This is your favorite coach, Coach Smith, 24/7 with Coach Smith. Live and in person. All right, guys. I'm going to put my website out there for you guys to join or register for the football camp, right? The college football camp preparation. Let me put that out there. Register now at lovethegame247.com. All right. I'm already live on IG, up and going, watching a little bit of track and field going in the background. Some college track and field, Southland Conference with McNeese State, Nicholls State, East Texas A&M, Texas A&M Commerce, or Texas A&M Community College, New Orleans, UT Rio, Houston Christian, Stephen F. Austin, Incarnate Word. You guys are familiar with Incarnate Word. That's where Cam Ward initially attended. And then Lamar, watching that Southland Conference track meet. But hey, we're here to talk about, hey, you being a part of the community with Coach Smith and Love the Game 24/7. Appreciate you guys joining. Right? Let me get it out here on IG. Get the folks out there in the world of IG get themselves straight. All right. So if you guys got any, well, first let me just say welcome. Appreciate you guys joining Coach Smith on the live podcast as we talk all things sports, right? Um, and about the football camp that's coming up with Coach Smith and Love the Game 24/7 on March 29th for you young aspiring football athletes out there, even some of you 2025 kids who are still trying to get signed. There are some Division II schools and definitely some Division III schools that are still looking for some 2025 kids. I've been getting DM'd on Twitter from several coaches, but I want to welcome you to the show tonight, right? And appreciate you tapping in and getting all this information and talk in the world of sports, college sports, right? Even some high school sports, right? But yes, tell your friends to appreciate you joining me on IG, Brian. Yep, and all those who else are joining, let your friends know, hey, to get to jump on right now on IG or YouTube, right? And join the show and get some great conversation going. Okay, and you will see that QR code on my YouTube channel, right? So you'll see it up there or down there in the corner on my YouTube channel, and you can hover your camera over that QR code so you can go to my website and register for the camp. And then you can also click on that QR code so you can go subscribe to the channel, the YouTube channel. So I appreciate you guys subscribing to my channel. Hit that bell for the notification so you'll know when Coach Smith is going live on YouTube. Also, you follow me on IG, and when you see me pop up on the live notifications on IG because you're a follower of Coach Smith 27 on IG. Hey, jump on and let's talk. You got any questions? Put some questions out there. But I appreciate you guys joining the show, man. Just trying to grow this platform, trying to help as many of you young aspiring athletes, male and female, trying to coach you up on the recruiting game, on the recruiting process, right? So you don't get left behind. So your dream, right? Did any of you all out there have a dream of you young athletes and parents of your son or daughter playing college sports in a sport that they love, right? That could also help pay their way through college, right? Who out there is looking for that to happen? That's who should be tapping into my live, whether you watch it, whether you watch the live or the video later, but you should be subscribing and you should be listening to the YouTube shorts, right? I know there's a lot of great people out there, and there are, because I even follow some of them and listen to them and subscribe to other folks as well, okay? But if you are an aspiring young athlete, male or female, trying to learn how to get yourself an opportunity to get a scholarship. Like I said, I had two young men that I really put a lot of time and energy in and helping, and it helped pay off. I did my part, and thankful to be able to do my part to help them continue their opportunities. I'm helping another young man right now, right? Because there are still some Division II schools, which include some HBCU schools, that are still looking for some 2025 kids and that are having some showcase camps in like early March here in the next week or two, right? And so wherever you can get in, guys, young ladies, in your sport, there's work that you have to do on your end. And some of you all don't know exactly how to go about that work. And that's what I, hope to provide, or that I know I am providing on my YouTube channel, and Facebook, and my TikTok, and IG. So for you young athletes out there, right? Yes, sir. I do. Yeah, man, you guys did a great job, man, doing that at the All-American game. It was a treat, man. That's one of my kids on my IG that's following me. And he pops on, and so I want to, help as many of you young athletes out, man, to, get, follow your dream, and you need to follow it. But yes, sir, that was a good team we was able to put together in that short period of time. And we made something happen. You guys won that game, so it was definitely, Brylan, that was definitely a great opportunity, right? And I hope you still working out and putting that time in, man, and putting that grind in, right? And I'm going to be interviewing those two young men that I helped that's going to be continuing um, um, their playing playing football at the college level, right? It is possible. You guys got to understand that, you young ladies out there in your sport, it's possible for you to be able to go play college sports in your sport, right? You just have to learn how to do it, right? Brylan, what year are you, Brylan? Let me know what year are you, what class, um, put that in the chat. So if any of you guys in the chat got some questions on my YouTube, IG, or even Facebook, put it out there, right? And make sure, if you're able, you need to let your parents know. Okay, you're 2025. You got any opportunities yet? If not, you need to. There are some schools. Okay, so you're 2025. I know. I just got hit up by a coach at University of Virginia, Lynchburg. It's a HBCU. It's a D2 program. Good program. They're still looking for some 2025 kids. Virginia Union is another HBCU. They're looking for some 2025 kids. They're having a camp, I believe, on March 12th or March 15th, whatever, the mid-March, whatever. Let me see what that second weekend in March is. Yeah, I think it's March 15th. They're having a camp. Yeah. Oh, you sound with Angelo State. All right, that's what's up. Cool. All right, Angelo State is a real. Yep. There we go. Good stuff, man. That's good stuff. Make sure you keep me up here now. I know I said we're gonna talk some of the combine, and I hope, Brylan, that you watched the combine, right? So you'll know what kind of work you need to put in. But now the work really starts. This is, I want some of you athletes to understand that when you sign these scholarships, that all the other stuff was just preparation. I'm glad to hear you and Brylan got a scholarship at Angelo State University. That's one of the kids I had the blessing to work with at the offense defense camp. Yes, sir. Good. You watching. You have to keep doing that. Watch guys at your position, right? But now the work starts. The real work starts, right? And you need to be preparing yourself, in that weight room, because you're going to be going in there with some older guys, right? You're going in there with guys who are sophomores, juniors, and seniors, right? You're going in there with men, right? And you got to be ready. So you want to be sure you don't let them down as you're joining that team, and that you show that you're prepared and you've been putting in the work. And that's good that you watch that combine. You also should look up the results of that combine. What's your position, Brian? What were you, tight end or O line? What was your position? Let me know in the chat. What was your position? You should go and look at the overall results of what guys did in your position. I know CBS Sports, um, CBS Sports has the results, but pretty much you can find it anywhere. But you definitely want to do your homework um, and see what the results were for your position. All right, at the combine. All right, your DN, tight end. Okay, good stuff. Let me. I know there were some good times for the DNs. I got it up on my screen. I'm talking with Brylan, who's going to Angelo State University on scholarship. That was at the offense defense all-star game on my IG, and he's a DN tight end. There was some good stuff. Because I think the tight ends. Oh, here we go. Let me see. Hold on one second. I got it up on my screen with some of the tight ends. Tight end measurements. You got guys at 6'5", 6'3". All right, see a lot of 6'5", 6'4". All right, 6'4", 6'2", 6'3". Right. The top 40 times. Top 40 times for these tight ends. The fastest time was 4.63 for Terrence Ferguson out of Oregon. Joshua Simon, 4.65. CJ Dupree, 4.69. Gavin Bartholomew, 4.7. We had two 4.7s. Thomas Fedone the second, he ran 4.7. So the top 10, so the top 40 time was 4.63, and the number 10 spot, UCLA, Maliki Matavo, ran a 4.81, right? Tight end out of Notre Dame, Mitchell Evans ran 4.74. So you're looking at low 4.6s to high, or mid 4.7. One guy ran 4.8, the number 10 wide receiver, but the top 9 guys all ran 4.75 or faster, between 4.75 and 4.63 for your tight ends. I think the DNs, let me see what the DNs, that's D tackles. What did the DNs do? Let me see what the DNs did, Brown, since I got you on. Edge rushers. Edge rushers. Edge rushers 4.47, 4.57. So you had James Pierce Jr. 4.47 out of Texas. Then you had Fadil Diggs 4.57 out of Syracuse. Shamar Stewart 4.59 out of Texas A&M. Ja Joyner 4.6 flat out of Minnesota. Tyler Barron 4.62 out of UM Hurricanes. Jordan Birch 4.67 out of Oregon. Landon Jackson 4.68 out of Arkansas. I'm James Pierce Jr. is out of Tennessee, not Texas, who ran the fastest 4.47. That was my mistake. But Barron Sorrell ran 4.68 out of Texas. Antoine Powell Ryland ran 4.69. he and David Walker out of, I'm not sure what school that is that David Walker is out of, but him and Antoine Powell Ryland out of Virginia Tech both ran 4.69 as defensive edge rushers, DNs, right? And, you know, some of those guys got 40. Landon Jackson out of Arkansas got a 40.5 inch vertical. Um, he had the best. Shamar Stewart had a 40-inch vertical. 39, 38, 36.5, 36.5, 35.5, 35. Broad jump, these guys are jumping 10 feet, 11, almost 11 feet, 10 feet 9, 10 feet 6, 10 feet 4. So this is what you know, want to measure yourself at, guys. You know, you have to watch what the top athletes are doing in your sport, right? And then you go put in work and you go do these same drills, right? These are the drills you saw those guys do are drills you need to be working on, Brylan, right? I have Brylan on my IG, Coach Smith 27, who I got an opportunity to coach at the offense defense game in Arlington, Texas, in Dallas Cowboy Stadium. He's a DN, tight end, just going over the combine results, some of the winners and losers, okay, at every position is out here. And I shared on my Facebook Live and IG Live and the YouTube Live several days ago about how you athletes, young athletes, need to be doing your homework and watching this stuff. Even if you're a basketball player, you should watch the NBA Combine, right? If you're a basketball player, you're watching baseball when the draft and all that stuff comes up, and they show these guys and what they're doing at their tryouts and workouts, their combines. You got to do that. It has to be part of your homework, right? As I told you, there's good and really good players, great and really great players. And most of the guys that are fighting for most of the scholarships are good and really good players. So there's more good and really good players than there are scholarships. So you have to do something to separate yourself, right? Brylan, who I had the opportunity, like I said, to coach at that All-Star game, signed with Angelo State University. That's awesome. That's awesome stuff. That's awesome news, man. Glad to hear that you signed, um, you know, a few weeks ago and signed your scholarship. That's a big deal, man. That's awesome. And that's what it's all about, folks. You know, and you know, I'm glad he's plugging in, getting this information from me, and here's where the real work is going to start for you, and for any of you out there. You know, like I said, the two young men I had the blessing of working with this year, Nate, are heading to college. One young man is going to Oklahoma University as a preferred walk-on. He's going to SEC. That's all. That's almost like as good as getting a scholarship. He got academic scholarship money, but they're not going to ask you to come. You know, whether you have a scholarship or not. These top-notch programs are not going to sign you to a scholarship or not offer you a preferred walk-on opportunity, because the young man going to Oklahoma, he separated himself by having a high GPA as well as being a really good football player. Not good, a really good football player, right? And Oklahoma saw an opportunity to get this young man because he got academic money at their university before they have to give football money. And he's getting an opportunity to show and prove himself that he belongs. And this is where the real work is going to start. In Bryland, you're going to have to do the same thing going to Angelo State. You got your scholarship, and you're going to have to the real work, right? All the other stuff, all these years that you've grown up and had that dream of playing college sports is now coming to fruition, and your hard work is paid off, and you're getting yourself an opportunity to go play college football and continue your dream, right, of playing at the next level, whatever level it may be. You made it, but it's not over. It's just starting, right? And it's exciting. It's going to be fun. It's going to be hard work, right? It's going to be tough, right? Because it's supposed to be. Anything worth having is not going to be easy. Okay, don't fool yourself. Anything that is worth having is going to take work. And there's going to be some days where you might doubt, right? Don't live there. Hurry up and get past it, right? You're going to be homesick. That's normal. All right, I'm just letting you know now. Everybody gets homesick. I don't care if you're down the street from home. All right, in college, everybody gets homesick. It's part of it. So just know right now, everybody's gonna deal with that. But be rest assured, when you come home from Christmas, after that first year being in college, watch this. You're gonna be ready to come back to school. You're gonna realize after being homesick that first semester, you're not really missing anything. You're gonna be glad to get back on campus and get back to making progress, right? By hitting it in the classroom and hitting it in your sport. I remember that, man. It was you know you don't always believe it when people tell you that, but people told me that same thing, and I'm like, man, no, I miss home, man. Now I still had in my mind, hey, I'm gonna do what I need to do to make it happen, but I was still like, man, shoot, you know, still with some doubts, man. Like, do I really want to do this? Knowing that I did, and I do, and I did it, but you start questioning yourself because you get a little homesick or this or that. Stuff happens, blah blah blah, you know, and the opportunity I got when it was time to come home, football season is over, we didn't make the playoffs, so my Christmas vacation started early, so being home, it just realized, man, I was ready. I enjoyed that time and seeing some of my friends, of course, some of my homeboys and homegirls that I grew up with. Man, it was great seeing folks, and but I realized, it kind of seemed like that Christmas vacation was dragging out, and I was like, man, I couldn't wait to get back, on campus, just to keep it moving, right, keep making progress. I was like, man, it was good to be home, but I really ain't missing much, right? Like I thought I was missing. Sometimes we'll fool ourselves and think we're missing more than what we really are. And then when you get that time to get home and you realize, oh man, it was great seeing everybody and everything. And then some of your friends may be heading back, early, or some of your friends who play ball, they came home a little bit later because they made the playoffs or something like that, or made a bowl game or whatever the case may be, right? And you're like, man, then you're like, man, I missed the opportunity to be able to play in the playoffs or a bowl game. And so it was like, I'm ready to get back on campus, right? And even if you had a girlfriend on campus or a boyfriend, whatever the case may be, and y'all, you're in separate places, and you're like, man, yeah, I'll get back, see my homeboys back on campus, and you know, relationships I'm making on campus, So, so yeah, after that first semester, and you come home, and you realize, like, yeah, it was great. The little time I had to be home was good. It was good for me. It helped me realize that, hey, I'm doing okay, right? I'm hanging tough, and you'll realize a lot of people are gonna be proud of you, that you are doing something that a lot of people um, don't have the opportunity to do, or they didn't take um, the opportunity to do it, or whatever the case may be. And um, so when you get that opportunity, man, you're gonna realize that, man, you know what? It was worth being homesick that first semester. It was worth making the sacrifice. It was worth all that. And just like Brylan just shared this here on the IG Live, that he got his scholarship to Angelo State, man. Just excited for him. He was a hard worker at the All-Star game in Texas that we did this holiday. And hopefully there's many more like Brylan that get an opportunity to continue to play a game that they love at the next level, at whatever level it may be. So proud of you, Brylan, man. Do your best. Just know the hard work starts now, right? And I hope you guys took the opportunity to watch the NFL Combine, you young athletes, and you look at the results at your position, on what guys are running, and what their broad jump was, what their short shoulder was, right? Look at those things, and then you kind of, hey, you go do those same drills and you work at it, because that's what these NFL teams are going to be looking for. That's what you young athletes who are trying to go to camps this summer, right? And watch this. I got something for you. I got a camp, March 29th. Be there. If you want to get coached up on everything you just saw on the NFL Combine, you need to get to Coach Smith's Love the Game 24/7 camp, preparation camp, to help you prepare for June 1st, when all the college camps are going to be starting. And so you'll have between coming to my camp on March 29th, learning what you need to do, in June 1st. Because it's going to take, you guys got to understand, watch this now. All of these college athletes, that performed in the combine have been working in training since football season ended in December. Some of them guys, season ended early because a lot of them didn't go to bowl games or playoffs, right? So, and that's why sometimes as a young potential pro athlete, you have to monitor how you train, right? So you don't overtrain. Some of these guys, I remember when little Jeff was going to the league, and I was, making sure just, talking to him and letting him know, like, hey man, you want to be able to go in and have success and not get injured because you guys have been going since your college football season ended, and you really don't get any rest until after your rookie season ends, right? Coming out of college and going into the pros. You really don't have rest. And that's why you'll see some kids sometimes don't really perform as well as you think they do. It's a lot that goes on, people don't realize behind the scenes, right? That I'm trying to help you guys understand, even some of you young athletes and some of you fans out there who get down on some of these young athletes that you follow in whatever sport it may be. You have to have some grace, okay? Because these guys or these young ladies, whatever sport, whether it's NBA, WNBA, right? No matter track and field, as you say, I'm watching some track and field in the Southland Conference. I love it. Um, and but you fans sometimes will get upset, like, man, they're not no good, blah blah, or man, he didn't play like it, or she didn't play like. You don't understand. They since their college season ended, November, December, whenever it was, right? They've been going and training, getting ready for the combine for their sport, so they can get drafted and get ready to start their pro career. And there's a lot that goes on, a lot of things other than just training. Some of these athletes are going to have to make some appearances. They got a lot of stuff going on, and they're going to have to monitor how they're eating, how they're resting. All these things go into play, right? And then some of these guys, like you say, there were some winners and losers at the combine. Some guys didn't perform. They were going to do it at their pro day. The whole month of March is going to be um, pro days for all these colleges, right? Along with the free agent market going on with current NFL players, as you hear now, where Debo Samuels is going, leaving the 49ers, right? And going to the Washington Commanders, okay? And then you had the whole thing going on with Stafford, right? That he may leave the Rams and go somewhere else. But then last, in the 12th hour, midnight hour, the Rams got it together and decided, no, we can't afford to lose. Um, we can't afford to lose um, Stafford, right? To to somebody else, right? And that's real. They can't afford to do that. So they came together and did what they need to do. Be sure he's still on board as a Ram, right? That's very important, very much needed. So um, so that's what some of you fans have to sometimes understand, that these young men or young ladies, when they start their pro career, you have to understand they have been going at it since their college season ended. And that sometimes is going to cause them not to perform as well as they should in their pro career. Some of the guys who have managed themselves well, you know, may end up having a pretty good year, but it's tough, right? And usually you'll see a guy in his sophomore year maybe, elevate, right? There's some guys, overall, most of them aren't going to play well in their first year because of how busy their schedule is since they stopped college, their college career, and trying to train for the combine and the pro day stuff, right? There's a lot of, so these guys got to make sure they eat a certain way, and that's why you need to have a good team built around you that's going to hold you accountable, and not be yes people, right? We don't need yes people. You need people that's going to tell you the truth and tell you to go sit yourself down somewhere and get some rest and stop trying to do everything, okay? And so that way you'll be ready to perform at the level that you're capable of, okay? And so that's very important, that you listen and that you don't have uh, uh, yes people, right, in your camp, right? So if like I said, if you're one of them good or really good athletes, because there's not a whole lot of great and really great athletes, there's only a handful of those. They're not fighting for the bulk of the scholarships. It's the good and really good athletes that are fighting for the bulk of the scholarships. And so if you don't have a good camp of people around you that's going to get in your face and tell you, what you need to do, that know what they're talking about, and you need to listen, so that you can excel at your sport, whether you male or female. I've always said recruiting is recruiting, right? Whether you're male or female, regardless of what sport it is that you play. There are things that everybody has to do, whether you're male or female, to help you gain exposure, right? To get recognized by college recruiters in your sport, right? There's all those rules haven't changed, even with NIL and all this other stuff, and the new tools that we have in technology that help. You still got to play on the field. You still got to have certain grades that help differentiate you, right, and help you stand out. Like the young man that I have, that I helped out, is like a nephew of mine that's going to SEC as a preferred walk-on. They're not going to ask you to do that if they weren't interested, if they didn't think he was good enough, right? And then the other young man is going to Johnson C. Smith D2 school out of Michael Jordan's high school here, laying down the street from my house, that I had the pleasure of helping work with. And like I said, I'm going to be interviewing those two guys to come back on and talk about their recruiting experience, so you young athletes out there can get some firsthand, insight from some athletes who just went through it, right? Brylan, who's on my IG right now, that I had the pleasure of coaching, as well. You know, I don't know if Brylan is still on, but I can invite him on here and he can talk about it. But he may be gone. I'm not sure. Um, but but yes, somebody just on Twitter, coach just message just came across that he has scholarship opportunities. Um, but yeah, that's what it's all about, guys. Is trying to share information. That's what I do. And if my whole goal with my camp, you can go register at 24 love the game 247.com, right? For you young athletes, football athletes who want to get trained and coached up, register now. Space is limited. Get yourself registered. Love the game 247.com, right? So who out there is serious about trying to play college sport? Who are you out there? Let me know. Where are you guys at? If you're serious about wanting to play at the next level and want to get prepared the proper way in the drills that they're going to take you through, like what you saw in the NFL Combine, and we're going to be able to come to this camp on March 29th with Coach Smith and the folks that are partnering up with me to come out here. My son, who's a current NFL athlete, is planning on being here as well. And I got some other guys, my older brothers, and one of my older brothers played college and pro ball, and I followed in his footsteps. And so, you want somebody who can speak from experience, like myself, right, and not from just some knowledge off the top of their head or numbers and all that other stuff and stats. You're gonna come to my camp and hear it from folks who actually been there and done that, experience, right? I've done these combines. I've done these things. I perform at these combine type things like I needed to get myself an opportunity, coming from a small D2 program, right? Just letting you know what time it is. And if I didn't have the work ethic that I was taught by those before me, and big brothers who got on me about what I need to do, and guys that were like big brothers to me that got on me about stuff, if I didn't listen, I wouldn't have had the opportunity. Coach O'Malley says he has 2 FBS Division I opportunities. Just coming across my Twitter feed that I follow, so I'm gonna have to check that out and see what he has going on, what he's talking about. So that's what I do. I stay connected, man. Stay plugged in with coaches. I have coaches that have already reached out to me for some 2025 kids and 2026 kids. And so I tell you kids to send me your footage. Let me look at it at your position. If I think it's worth passing it on, I'll do it. Okay, and I'll let you know if there's some work you need to do, especially if you're young and you got time. I'm gonna let you know, hey, this is what you need to improve on while you still have another year or 2 or 3. This is the kind of work you want to have to put in the weight room to get yourself bigger, stronger, and faster, right? And so, Brylan, if you need some help, you can sign up with Coach Smith, and I'll give you a training regimen that you need to do to make sure you put on the muscle and the strength and everything that you need if you need help in that area. But you just got to be disciplined and follow your program, right? And so I just want to come on and share that, So who's out there that's serious, right? Football player out there that wants to get um, properly prepared. If you're serious and you're in grades 3 through 12, then sign up for Coach Smith camp on March 29th at lovethegame247.com. Pass this information on to those that you know, your teammates, your friends, your buddies, right? Um, Opponents, okay? Your grandson, your nephew, your uncle, your cousin, right? Pass the information on. Get your football player signed up, right? Get registered and come get this work that you need to learn to help elevate your exposure as a legitimate college football recruit that some teams need to come after, right? Are you serious? Are you ready? You ready to do that out there, young athlete? Mom and dad, are they showing you that they're serious and they are bought in, to doing what they need to do without you having to tell them? Are they doing that, mom and dad? Are you doing that, young athlete? Are you showing that you're serious and committed without mom and dad having to always get on you? Because if mom and dad always have to get on you, then you're not ready. You're not serious. I don't care how good you are. You can be really good. It's not gonna last. If mom and dad got to stay behind you, you'll have a short-lived success. If you want some long-lived success, nobody should have to beg you to do what you need to do. They should be tired of you dragging them out, saying, "No, come on, I gotta get this, I gotta do this, blah. This is my schedule. This is what I need to eat. Okay, yeah, hey, I'm working, doing what I need to do in the classroom. I'm studying hard, making the grades, doing all those things. Hey, I'm reaching out to coaches, keeping myself, accountable. Um, your parents shouldn't have to do that. Coaches shouldn't have to beg you to get in the weight room. Okay, if coaches, young athletes, listen here. I don't care if you're male or female. If your coach has to fight with some of you all to get in the weight room and follow the program, you don't have to like it. If you love the game 24/7, you understand this is what I need to do. You're not going to be an NFL combine prospect um, if you're not willing to, put that time in. There's some of these guys that are NFL prospects that still got some work to do. All right, and some of them are going to get a chance, and some of them are going to get exposed. Right, some of them just blessed and they're just talented. Right, but they're going to realize at that level, at the pro level, you are going to meet your match, and you better put some work in. Appreciate you guys joining me. Coach Smith, love the fact that you're jumping in on me, on the live. I'm just sharing about, hey, for you all just jumping on, if you're a serious young athlete, and you're serious about whatever sport it is you play, but if you're a football athlete and you want the insight from Coach Smith experience and others that I have coming out, your mom and dad and your coaches can't be running behind you to put work in. You're going to have some short-lived success. Your success is not going to be, you may see something if you're just a blessed athlete, but it ain't going to last, because when you get to that pro level, or you get at the top level in your division, right? The top schools in your division, whether it's top level Division 1, top level Division 2, top level Division 3, you're going to see it's a different. Those guys put in work overall, right? 90+% of those guys are putting in work like they need to put in work without people having to run behind them. And if you want to get the opportunity to be at that level, to play at that level in whatever sport you play, whether you're male or female, and that's what you're going to have to do. Mom and dad can't do it for you. Coaches, your high school coach can't be running behind you, right? Telling you what you need to do in the classroom and staying out of trouble, being responsible with your social media, um, putting the work in so you can perform at a high level in your sport. If you're not willing to put that grind in with some self-initiative, right? Some self fire, right? You're not gonna achieve the success that you should and capable of achieving. But if you want to get prepared, and if you want some help in that, and you're a football player who loves the game 24/7, then you need to sign up. If you're grade 3 through 12, you need to sign up for Coach Smith football camp on March 29th. Register now. Limited space. Right? LoveTheGame247.com. Tell all your friends. Tell your little brothers, your little sisters. Right? Tell whoever. Right? Get the word out. You know. So we're here. Are you going to be there? Are you going to show how serious you are? Because you're going to need that. Like I said, these guys have been putting in work for this combine for months. It ain't been a week or two. It's been months since their season has ended so that they can perform. And some guys may have overtrained and hurt themselves maybe a little bit and going to have another chance at their pro day. So if I was some of them, I'd probably rest up a little bit. Take some time to rest, right? Get some massages, right? Get stretched, right? Do some minimal stuff. Go back and look at their combine and see what they did wrong. You know, it could be that some of these guys are just, hey, they're tired because it's been a long season for them. Okay? And so, but like I said, these guys ain't just started doing this a week or two ago. They've been doing this since their season ended in 2024. Okay? That's how, you know, how long their preparation has been. And a lot of these guys knocked it out of the box and shot their stock up. Okay? Their stock has been on the come up. Okay, and like I said, you can't learn these things. That's why I'm doing my camp on March 29th to help you guys out between that time and June 1st when all the college camps will start, and you're going to be on your tour of going to, you know, as many college camps as your parents are going to allow you to get to. And so you're going to leave my camp and you're going to go home and you're going to work on these drills. You're going to video yourselves, right? I'm also going to be offering for those who are in my area that if they want some training, some personal training or some group training, you know, they can sign up with Coach Smith, and I'll have that information, you know, later on, you know, for those who are going to come to the camp. And of course, I'll do live, and I'll put it out there, and you can share it. But for those who are in the area who want Coach Smith to do that, put that work in with them, and you're in my area, or you can travel to the area, you know, I'm going to be more than happy to do that and provide that, you know, for those who are serious. You're going to have that opportunity after the camp is over on March 29th, right? That if you want to put some work in before June 1st with Coach Smith to help train you and to continue that progress, right, that you're going to receive at the camp before June 1st hits, you know, you'll be able to put that work in with me, okay? If you're interested and if you're serious, right? And so, you know, I'll share that information on what I can provide and help out in that area, and also helping you with your weightlifting and what you need to do to help get you bigger, stronger, and faster as well. Okay, so it'll be more information forthcoming with that, but that'll be after the football camp. Because first, I need to put eyes on you physically at the camp, right, to see what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are, right? That's the other part of why I'm doing this camp. It'll help me see what your strengths and weaknesses are, and if you decide you want to, you know, purchase the workout plan with Coach Smith and get you ready for those camps so you can shine and do what you need to do and get the mental toughness and focus that you need and do the things that you need to do. I'm going to be more than happy to provide that for you guys to do that. So we'll talk more about that later. So I just want to get on here and share that. You know, appreciate Brylan sharing about he's going to Angelo State. That's awesome. But the work starts now, right? For you young men out there playing football that had the blessing as well, like Brylan does, in signing a scholarship to continue your football dream, right? The work starts now, right? All the other stuff was just preparation. But now the real work starts because you're going in there with other, you know, some older guys, right? There's on that team that's going to expect you new guys to come in and make an impact. And you want to be ready, right? To make an impact and to have a strong, positive impression on your new teammates that you're about to join in and help hopefully make a positive difference with that new team that you're about to join in college at the college level. And it's exciting, and you should be looking forward to it, but you got to put the work in. And if you put the work in, things will go well, right? And hopefully your teammates, that your new teammates are doing that same thing, right? Nothing's a guarantee, right? Because you can still have some great personal success, and the team success could not be that good because for whatever reason, that'd be for you and your teammates to figure out when you get with your new teammates. Or you guys can have some great success, right? But if you're serious, right, then let's get the work put in. It's time to tap in. So tap in, lovethegame247.com, and get yourself registered. All right, March 29th. Tap in, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later this week. Peace.